Hello everyone and welcome to this Keptn webinar about using ArgoCD with Keptn. My name is Thomas Schütz, I'm a principal engineer at Dynatrace and a Keptn maintainer. So today you will learn why it's a good idea to use Keptn with ArgoCD and how this integration looks like. So first things first, why use ArgoCD? So I think we all love GitOps and the possibility to have our deployment code versioned in a Git repository. And Argo is very good in doing GitOps, and we get continuously reconciled deployments when using ArgoCD. Furthermore, we get a nice visualization over the current deployment state, but also about the things which are happening behind the scenes in Kubernetes. Furthermore, we get some change and drift detection. So if some objects change in Kubernetes and are no more corresponding to our intent on the Git repository, Argo can detect this and can also take actions upon this. And last but not least, Argo is able to deploy a lot of things. So we can deploy Kubernetes manifests as well as Helm charts, but we can also use customize. So secondly, why should we use Keptn? So Keptn is very good in taking decisions based on observability systems. So Keptn is an SLO-driven application lifecycle orchestration tool. Furthermore, you can bring your own tooling or write your own integrations. So when you have some functionality in your current deployment pipeline, you can use this as before simply by implementing this in a job execution service, or write your own service if you got some kind of integration which is not there at the moment. Furthermore, Keptn can orchestrate your deployment across multiple stages. And last but not least, you can integrate a lot of SLI providers in your workflows, such as Dynatrace, Prometheus, and also Datadog. And yes, what you will see today is that we will get a deployment repository, and Argo is able to detect changes on this repository. And when Argo finds some changes in this repository, it will notify Keptn in our case, and this is the kickoff sequence here. And in this kickoff sequence, we can decide if we want to apply this change or not. Yes, we will apply it. And afterwards, Keptn will deploy exactly this what's happening in the repository, and Argo will apply this. Last but not least, Argo will notify Keptn about the state and that it has finished its work. And afterwards, Keptn will proceed in running tests and also doing evaluations and doing the promotion step. So I think we talked enough, and let's proceed to the demonstration. So at first, here we have our cloud automation instance. We see that no sequence is running at the moment. And we see here our deployment manifest. So we see here typically Argo application, which has some specialities in there. So we see that we labeled this Argo application with some additional labels like the stage, like the Keptn service and the project. Furthermore, we see the chart and the repository URL of this application, and also see the target revision of all of this. And the first thing we will do today is we want to simply deliver a new version of this application. So we'll only change the target revision here in the manifest. And let's commit these changes. And what we will see in Argo in a few seconds is that the application we specified here, so the potato head and the stage dev, gets out of sync. But we also see that the target revision of this application is the new version which we defined before. And another thing we see now is that we get a new sequence triggered in our cloud automation instance. And therefore we see that our approval step is pending, and we will simply approve this now. And if we get back to Argo, we should see in a few seconds that it will sync, and you see that the sync is progressing at the moment, and it's healthy now. And when this is healthy, we also see that our artifact delivery step has finished. And now there are some tests running and evaluations will be triggered. In the meanwhile, I can show you a few nice things about this integration. So in Keptn, you can click on this ArgoCD button and you will get directly to this ArgoCD screen where you see the current deployment state. And furthermore, you can also have a link to you also get a link to your application here. So this is our test application and we see that the version 0.20 is deployed. So as I said before, currently there are tests running and now the evaluation gets triggered. So we are talking to our SLI provider at the moment. This is Dynatrace and we'll get some results in a few seconds. In the meanwhile, I will get back to the presentation and show you what I did before this demonstration. So behind the scenes, before I started all of this, I set up the Argo applications, I created the Keptn project, but also the service in Keptn. Furthermore, I set up some notifications in Argo. So firstly, when the application gets out of sync, it will notify Keptn that something has changed. And furthermore, when the deployment of the application gets finished, it will also notify Keptn about the finished deployment. After that, I set up a webhook in Keptn that Keptn can trigger the deployment of Argo. And last but not least, yes, I labeled the Argo applications with the Keptn information as we saw before. So I added the information about stage, project and service in ArgoCD to get some kind of correlation between Keptn and ArgoCD. So yes, as we see, the evaluation takes a bit. Let's wait some seconds. Yes, what I wanted to show you too was that in the meanwhile also our test finished, so we used K6 for testing. And yes, we see the output of this tool here. We simply did some requests on the front URL of the potato head. What we see here was that all of the things were successful, and in the meanwhile also our SLI evaluation is finished. And yes, we also see that it can be promoted to the next stage. So what you see in the SLI screen here was that we had 6 SLIs. All of them were okay. And yes, so I think our deployment was very successful in this case. So let's get back to the presentation. So what did you see today? So at first, Keptn is able to orchestrate Argo deployments, and we get the best of both worlds by integrating Argo and Keptn. Furthermore, the integration is simply done via webhooks and notifications, so there is not yet another integration service. This is all coming out of the box with Keptn and Argo. We simply have to configure it. Furthermore, yes, the deployment is done using ArgoCD, the validation using Keptn. And yes, you can do some promotion via pull request. This is currently work in progress, so there is also already a Git promotion service, but this will be improved in further consequence. So how can you proceed? At first, feedback is very welcome. So we have a channel for the GitHub's working group in the Keptn Slack. Furthermore, the documentation about the blueprint of the ArgoCD integration is stored in a GitHub repo. So just try it out, make improvements or raise up issues when you find some problems with this. Furthermore, also this demonstration is available in a GitHub repository. So everything I configured here in ArgoCD and so on can be found in this repository. You can try it out, open issues, and if you think that some configuration could be improved or should be improved, feel free to do it or raise up issues. And last but not least, and as I said, enhancements and improvements of this integration and this mechanism is very welcome. So I hope you had fun in this webinar, and I hope you will have fun with ArgoCD and Keptn. And yes, thank you for your attention and hope to see you soon. Bye.